Kristen Volk's story now, after we learned there are new statistics showing that members of the deaf community are more likely to be victims of domestic violence.
Yeah, Kristen Volk, tell us what's going on with the story.
Well, Frank, it can be very difficult to break away from the deaf community, no matter the circumstance. It's something that Cleveland resident Dawn Marie Fusil experienced firsthand, and she told me her moving story today through an interpreter.
Yeah, he would grab me, push me down. He just had a hold of me, kept pushing me, hitting me.
He was once her sweetheart, charmed by his sports car, connected through their deafness. But just a year into their relationship, Dawn Marie Fusil describes how it all changed fast.
He got a hold of me and he threw me physically. The coffee table, I missed it by just an inch.
They lived in Parma at the time. Dawn Marie recalls how she finally mustered up the strength to call police. Twice officers came to her house. Twice they left without arresting her live-in boyfriend.
Both of the officers that were there, I could understand them, but they were being like, oh, poor you. You know, you can't communicate.
We know that there are more victims who are deaf and hard of hearing that don't have access to the information or to services, and that's a big problem.
It's a problem that Linda Johannick of the local Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center is trying to change, with help from Cleveland Police and the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center.
They have the information and the equipment right there for them to communicate.
Through a federal grant, the Domestic Violence Center, its shelter, and all 5 Cleveland police districts now have these video remote interpreter tablets, which officers take with them on calls. And Dawn Marie says these are a big step in the right direction.
Do not be afraid to ask for that help. I got help because I decided to move on.
Parma police say they use a text message service to communicate with deaf individuals today. And both Parma and Cleveland police say they bring in a live interpreter for any in-depth interviews. And as for Dawn Marie's boyfriend, she says he was eventually charged and convicted of domestic violence. Lee?